Alright everybody, welcome back. Dirty Doug here out in the shop doing Dirty Doug things once again. Ram jamming on this rusty dusty old car, making patches and welding and all that stuff. So when I first got out here, it was a bit damp in here today. It's a bit chilly outside, so I sparked up old badass Tron over there. I sparked her up. I am sweating bullets profusely, and I am too warm. Even though you say, "Oh, I can see your breath must be cold." No, 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 no. I'm working. I'm hot. When I got out here, I just jumped right into it and started working on it. I've only got so much time to do this stuff here today, so I have other obligations. So I jumped right into it and I started going at her. So I started stapling some stuff in after I got hot, and I was like, geez, I got to make that video, don't I? I was more worried about working than making the damn video, right? So I got the piece. It's stuck. I started to weld on it and stuff. It's stuck down in there. I got body screws holding her down in there. She's taking her shape of the floor. The shape, as you see, the floor's got a slope right there. That's the patch for the floor anyways. There I drew a couple lines where the rail was, a couple plug welds. I'll take the screws back out and I will screw down to them holes in there and staple this right to the frame. You see it's got a little spot up there in the corner I'm going to get. It's pretty rough right there too. This was an already pre-cut piece of metal that I had, and it just happened to look right and it happened to somewhat fit right. So I just went with it because as you know, I'm like metal. I've gone through a little bit of metal with this car. I mean, as you can see, this is what I got left of a 4x8 sheet right here. Now, the 4x8 sheet of metal that I had was from a project that I did quite a few videos back for a friend of mine, the Final Touch guys that do the cases and stuff like that. As part of the deal, I got to keep the metal, and I gave him a deal on what I used for supplies. So I kept the metal. It all worked out even. So I haven't put a 4x8 sheet of metal into this car yet, but here I am using a piece that my good friend Joe, you know Joe, you've met Joe, that he had given me. And I was telling you about those there the other day that were cut off the buses, like I was saying. And Joe was also in here and gave me a bunch of pretty cool little vicey grippy things here. He gave me a bunch of those. He's a great guy. And usually when Joe comes in here and brings me stuff, he also goes home with stuff too. So it all works out great. The barter system's going down here in Nova Scotia. We like the barter system. So so here we are. We're stapling this thing in. And like I said, I'm short on time today. So I'm just going to start welding this bugger in here. And I think I got everything turned on here. Yeah, kind of. And yeah, I'm just going to start welding this bugger in here so you can see me patchy patch, so I can at least show you a video today. Don't always have a lot of time to do all these videos all the time. Um, things go down, things happen, you know, like I've got other obligations and stuff to do. That floor needs to be pushed up a little bit. Let's use a scissor jack to do it. I'm going to get under there somewhat and do that. As you see, I got lots of goodnesses going on underneath there too. Yeah. And so, yeah, we got a scissor jack under here. And I am jacking it up because the floor is a little bit away from my piece. So I'm using my scissor jack just to give it a little nudge up. Get it where I want it to sit. Get it a little bit tighter so I don't have to weld too much of a gap. And I'm going to start welding on it. The scissor jack's a little, she's been welded around a few times, I think. So yeah, just bear with me, guys. And I'll show you what the heck I'm doing under here. This old scissor jack. Yeah. Now, it's the joys of doing camera work by yourself. Under the car stuff is really difficult. I toasty my phone here doing that stuff. I've got a new one on the way that I am not going to use. That's tighter and righter. That I am not going to use for doing videos. No way. You know, as you can see here, I've got a scissor jack under there pushing that metal up to meet the floor better. I'll put a few tacks of weld there, just hold it there. That hole that you see right there, that is some kind of a drain hole. It had a patch plug over it. I'm just going to probably make it a patch and go right over top of that. But yeah, patchy patch. Dirty Doug's back. So we're going to do some zappity zapping on this thing right now, you guys. And I don't know how long this video is going to be. It's going to be probably shorter than yesterday's video, but at least I'm showing you something that I'm doing here daily, and I'm actually still moving forward and getting things done too. So that's the whole main objective of all this stuff, right? I'm making patches and I'm moving forward. And I'm happy doing it, and I'm enjoying myself. In the meanwhile, now I'm just tacking this thing in right now because I'll go back and I'll pretty much hard weld this bugger in after the fact, right? So I'm just getting it situated where I can put some good tacky tacks on it. I will not leave it tacked. I will not do any other weird things going over top of it to make it so I don't have to put weld on it. I don't mind putting weld on it. I don't mind welding. Not now anyways. I didn't like doing it at my last job because I wasn't paid to be a welder. Welding was a pay grade that I wasn't on, as far as I'm concerned. But when I'm doing it for myself, I enjoy it. I haven't got anybody making me do it the way they want me to. There's the air compressor. That's working today. We'll just shut that bugger off. Yeah. Now, the bend is almost correct right there. Bend that down, bend that up, bend that over. The floor is not in the greatest of shape everywhere. There's still some butyl stuck on it over here. And we're welding. So today's video is just me pretty much zapping in this patch that I was ram jamming on yesterday. The more metal I put in her, the more solid she gets. So like some people were saying that this part of the car is probably going to be more solid than it was when I started. I will agree with you on that. I will. It's tight up there too. Let's put a weld there. Just to help me solid things up. So when I'm pulling it all down here. Well, the metal is kind of weak right there. I should put another patch in right there. It's a small piece because it doesn't look like it's very good metal right here. We'll see if we can weld do it. Of course we can weld do it. We can weld almost anything, can't we? Yeah, it is weak there. But it just tacked together. Ha ha ha. Ha ha, score for Doug. Let's tack this one on too. There we we go. Tighten right again. 1 tacky tack, 2 tacky tacks, 3 tacky tacks. Now it's tight right there, kind of like that. It's got a little bit of gap there, tight right there. Snap it down there too. That's a juicy looking floor piece, guys. It's a juicy looking floor piece. The more I tack, the more I can beat the hell out of it then. The better it's going to fit. Still going to get underneath and do some welding on it too, guys. Don't think I'm not. No hammer will tighten her up. And it did. There's some rusty dusty metal there. I'm going to put another piece of metal right in here. Bring that down tack to that. There was a mount that went across. It's going to get remounted like that. Because that's the way I'm supposed to do it. Now, everyone was telling me yesterday I needed a shop vac. Well, I needed to take the time to dig it out. This is one of those shops that's so full of stuff that things just get buried. You know, I'm cleaning up some of this stuff that I got going on in here. Yes, shop vac, you guys. The shop vac you guys were talking about, right here. Clean up some of the goodies. Usually when I put my hand down or something, I don't want to put it on top of all kinds of metal. So then that just sucks for me. Get all kinds of goodies in my hands. You don't want to do that. Back to the weldy welds. It's weak there. Like I was saying, there's weak spots right here in the floor. I think I might put a patch in right there. Because that's what it looks like it needs to me. And we'll just continue in other spots where it's good to weld to, just to staple down really well. I will find all the weak spots in this floor as I go along. Now the floor on this side of the car is totally different shaped than the floor on the other side of the car. The other side has a weird little slope that goes off to the side. Unlike this side, it's just one straight, even slope goes all the way down. So both pieces of this sides of this floor are not exactly the same. So they couldn't be treated the same. As I talk in my helmet, I fog up. So I got to take it off every once in a while, defog myself, and keep going again. There's a rag I got here. I know, put some defogger or something in my helmet. Someone will have some kind of solution for my helmet to not fog up, but I'm not doing that right now. I haven't got anything to do anything like that with. Ring X or something, probably. The dome I put down on the frame on the inside is dry as could be. it worked out fine. That worked out just fine for me. I'm happy I did it that way, because that was a rusty, dusty old piece of frame, and it needed something on it. Now we're back up to where I put a bead already. What the bang? What the bang? Yeah. Weak spots on the floor. I'm just fogging up really bad here today. I keep talking with my helmet on, I guess. Keep going with the patchy patches. Chasing the hole there. Hey, we got weak metal right here. More weak metal. So I can burn my new metal into. Where do I get this thing jacked up to? Jacked up a little bit. Stop and adjust my welder a little bit. Burning my metal right out. That's better. Stop and adjust the welder. Patience, grasshopper. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of patience to get it done right. In this rusty, dusty car. I actually can't wait to get back down working on the Scout, because working on this thing all the time is, I don't know, it's all right, but I enjoy doing that stuff down there with those guys. And my work compadre. Someone else to talk to during the day while I work. Welding, welding, welding. Well, at least I'm still moving forward on this thing. At least I'm still moving forward. A little bit of a gappy gap there. I've got a little bit of gappy gap there. I've got some weak metal here, weak metal here, weak metal there, weak metal there. But everything looks like it's going pretty good so far. Now, never get that tight enough, I don't think. I'll have to be beating the hell out of it anyway. Let's load some back here. Staple the ends down anyway. Can't say she's not going to be solid. Weldy weldy. I did a lot of grinding yesterday, and I didn't put you through any of that grindy noise today. Just weldy today. Yeah, one patchy patch. No fancy tools, no fancy welder, no fancy nothing. Especially me. No fancy Doug. No fancy Dirty Doug. No fancy anything here. We're just rebuilding our old rusty dusty car here, and doing it the best of my abilities with what I got to work with here. So, and I'm happy. That's all that matters, and making myself happy, I guess, right? With these bolts here, I can connect these ones. I'm gonna have to do something about this regulator. I don't like how it kicks out all that gas right at the first there, man. I don't think my regulator is regulating right. As far as I'm concerned, it's starting costing me money. Everything costs money, don't it? Everything costs money. Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's smoke rolling out of it everywhere, it's babies. It's all good. I'm happy with that. Now these parts that are weak down here, I could probably still weld them. I just have to take the time to do it, right? Now, oh, I've been on my knees long enough. I think they're telling me that. All right. It did not move in the upward position at all. I will drill through that. I will weld through that drill hole as a plug weld. Boom, plug weld. It's gonna work out just fine. No, we're not doing no frame off restoration kind of stuff here. This isn't fine. Sweet. That don't hold her nothing well. Never get her tight enough, can we? There we go. Now, I don't want to stay there. That one's tight right there. Put a little bit of weld there. Keep that down. That one's going to tap, so we'll tap that one down. Most of the time I'll reuse these damn body screws. I'll use them until they won't drill no more anyways. They always get stuck in there too. There we go. That one's out. Now, there's a little bit of a gap right there on that. I'm going to have to get under there and beat the hell out of that a bit. Now, I've got stapled down there in a couple places pretty good, but, I mean, you don't call that a solid patch on the floor. I don't know what it is. Bear with me. I'm going to be climbing under this old baby. Tapping on that rail. Get that up a little bit closer to where I like it. Now, where is that? Yeah, over here. Over here, Doug. Yeah, there's a bit of a gap there, isn't there? Yes, there is a bit of a gap there. That screw didn't even take. That one's not right. Stitching and waiting down here to do. There's some stitching and waiting down here to do, and a bunch of welding down here to do too. So, oh, everything's falling over up there. Uh-oh, my camera fell over. I guess I can't beat the hell out of the car and videotape this at the same time. Sorry about that, guys. It is what it is, right? So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some situating down there because that rail's not exactly tight right there. It's get a bit of a gap in it. This screw here it didn't even take, as you can see, it's turning. So I'm gonna have to do something there, and suppose I can just continue welding going on here as much as I can over here to staple this down, and continue to rock on. Weld the parts that say are thin and hard to weld. Filling in. Looks good to me. Oh, the spot's right there. Yeah. As solid as can be. I'm going to have to do something. That one was in there and tight, but still, I gotta get under there and I gotta beat the hell out of that. Get it up into place a little better. Beat the hell out of it from up here. Beat the hell out of it from down there. Eventually, it'll meet itself. I'm beating on this thing and knocking over the camera. She's got a bit of a curve down going on there. All that needs to be welded up there anyways, as far as I'm concerned. Now after I get in there, I'm going to staple that down there a bit. After I get in there and I tap that piece of frame up, meet this piece a little bit better. Make that tighter. There's your made to fit. All gonna be made to fit. It's all got to be made to fit. That's better-ish, right? Hammer time! Still got a bunch of stuff to do. There's a patchy boo right there. I got it in there anyways, eh? Got it in there anyway. It's like to say, this stuff's all going to be under a mat. It's all going to be hidden. It's not going to be seen, and that's just the way that's going to be. So off you go. Off you go. So like I said, I've only got so much time to work on this today. I've already so much time to work on this thing here today because I have other obligations to do. But so I was already out here ram jamming on it beforehand with old badass Tron going over there, give me a little bit of warmth because it was really damp out here. So I've been at this for a while now. What time is it here? Yeah, it's about that time. No, it's getting there, man. So yeah, I usually always just wait a little while after welding here to watch the car to see if anything's gonna spark up into flames or anything like that. So short on time. Yesterday's video was like an hour. Today's video is going to be 35 minutes. Just me putting in that old patch. You've seen a picture of it all painted before in my last video, but all I did was put some Daum up and down that rail, and it'll protect it anyways. You know, I'm gonna probably undercoat it in them rails anyways. But when I did my car and I did put the Daum on my car, I had the fender off it. You know how when you get a fender in your hands, are right flimsy and stuff. Well, even after I painted the inside of that whole fender with the Daum, man, it stiffened that fender up quite a bit. So this stuff's like it's really well. I can't brag about the Daum enough. And so that's in there. I got that patch. So then there's lots more to do. There's things there that I haven't even showed you guys under there that I have to tie in together with everything else. There's little other things. There's a whole bunch of stuff still to do down there. But yeah, time short today. So short video today. It's only going to be like half-hour video, and which is fine. Like I said, I've got obligations. I've got a life. I got things to do here too. So I don't know. I don't even know what today is. What's today? Sunday. I'll get back at this thing again tomorrow. And I'm sorry about knocking over the camera and all that stuff, but I should have known I was getting into there beating the hell out of the damn thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna wait here a couple minutes, and I'm not gonna talk to you guys too much because most people don't like to listen to me talk too much. Most like we see me working more than talking more. So I'm gonna sit here and babysit this thing for a few minutes, get under there and probably beat the hell out of that frame piece, get that up there a little bit tighter. And that's about all I'm going to do today, guys. So I'm going to thank you all for coming back. like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. There's always more to come. I hope I can get every day, and as I get doing this, get every day. And I think this is like video number 80 or 81 for me. So like I said, I'm still a noob at this stuff, and I'm just plugging away trying to show you guys what I'm doing, because everybody seems to be quite interested in what I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing. I'm showing you what's going on. And it might not be the most beautiful work, but for what I got here and what I got for tools and what I have to bend metal with, like I got a cheap welder, I've got a piece of railroad tie, a table, plywood, and this is a crude operation compared to some, but at least some sitting down talking to you and telling you stories of what I'm going on and what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So this is interactive and this is real time stuff. So it doesn't not everything where always works out smoothly or perfectly or most beautifully, but I'm getting her done. So I want to thank you all for coming back. Thank you all for being here. Like and subscribing. Tell all your friends. Get all your friends to subscribe. Get your dog to make a YouTube account and subscribe. Get your cat to make YouTube. Your hamster, whatever. Your grandmother, your grandfather, anybody. Your children, your newborn baby. Get them all on there. Subscribe for me. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming back. This is Sturdy Doug. Over and out.